What is it with me and these bags of goodies? If you are reselling and you do not have a ton of space to store lots of inventory, then grab bags and bags with multiple items, big lots of things that you can sell that are small items that are easy to store, easy to ship, and can bring a great profit over time might just be the strategy that you are looking for. Today, I'm going to share with you why I get so excited about grab bags, goodie bags, and packages that I can have lots and lots of items in that I can flip for a profit over time. And some of my favorite things to look for when I am picking them up. I'm about to lose it. There it goes. Hey, my name is Margaret. I've been selling on eBay, Etsy, and other platforms for over 10 years and making videos sharing how I do that. I'm an educator by nature. I taught elementary school for 15 years before I started staying home with my kids, homeschooling my kids, and reselling to help support my family. And one of the things I love doing is sharing with you how you can maximize the profits that you're making, whether you have a limited budget or a limited amount of space, how to find things that are fun to sell, easy to part out, and can bring in good money over time is something I really enjoy doing. Since we moved, I don't have a huge amount of space for my inventory, so being able to sell small items and maximize my profits is really important to me. I have shared multiple things over the years that I like selling that are small, things I can get in lots. For example, I bought a big lot of buttons, like pinback buttons, at a garage sale for $25 probably 2 years ago, and I've made thousands of dollars off of them over the last probably 2.5, 3 years that I've had them. A lot of them were not like super high value ones. There were some in there though, but being able to make $10, $20, $30 over and over again and have those sales every single week has been amazing for my business. So when I buy things like this that are a lot of items for a little price that I can part out, I really like that. I'm going to share with you 4 of the things I've got today, but some of the other things that I have listed over the years, bought in lots kind of like this, are the buttons, comic books and magazines. If I can get a big bunch of them, they don't take up a whole lot of space. They're easy to ship. Same thing with jewelry, patches, and little toys. So my first bag here, I actually got, oh gosh, how many are over there? 5 bags that look like this. These bags were $3.99 a piece. And what these are they're blind bags. And the reason I know what these are is because my son loved these. And he actually has some still in his room. But when I started, I actually bought these because I thought, oh, I'm going to give these to him because I know he likes these. This is a blind bag. They're like little bean bags. And they're called Cats versus Pickles. And I think they have Dogs versus Pickles now. So when you open the blind bag, you would either get a cat or one of the pickles, and then they would have funny little, I don't know, they're all funny little characters. This one looks like a little cat golf ball, right? But when I started looking them up, you guys, I was like, oh my gosh, some of these are worth money. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take a look at these before I even show them to him, because this is something that would be so easy to pick up for $4 and part out, take a picture of each one, and they're so easy to ship. So easy to store. You could ship them in a padded mailer. You could put them in a little baggie, or if you wanted to put them in a box, a small 6x4x4 box. And that would be a really quick and easy way to make money. Now, will these all sell lickety split? It depends on the character. It depends on the scarcity. It depends on how many are up on eBay right now. But this is one of those type of items that over time is going to bring in profits. So I'm going to show you a few of these on eBay that are selling for a lot of money right now. Here you see a papaya. This is a papaya cat that sold for $14.95. This one is a snowcat stuffed animal. This one sold for $30. This one is a little Be Mine kitty. Sold for $20. This one is Smarty Pants, and it sold for $19.99. And this is a snowball, first edition blue tag, sold for $150. This is a lot of 20 Cats versus Pickles little plushies. 6-inch, so it's the same as these, but what you'll notice is those have the tags on them, and in the listing it says unboxed because they come in a blind bag where you can't see them, but because they have the tags on them, I think that's why they can list them as brand new. Mine in this bag, they don't appear to have any of the tags on them still, so I would put these as pre-owned. So even if they have the tags on them, if they look like they're in really, really good condition, you might still be able to put brand new if they have that tag, but mine might not be worth as much depending on the character if they don't have the tag. So that's something to think about. I wanted to show you, this is what the bags look like. So if you find them in the bags, you can even, here's 10 cats versus pickles, or kittens versus gherkins that sold for $80, and they were still in the bags. And it doesn't have to be this particular thing with the cats versus pickles. There's lots of other small items that are similar to this. I've sold McDonald's toys depending on what they are. Other little blind bags, there's things called Yukis. There's all kinds of different blind bag options. Sometimes you might even see like Harry Potter ones. They don't all sell for a huge amount of money, but there are some that if you get a whole big bag full of the little figures, there might be one in there that's worth $50, $100, and then the rest might be worth $10 here, $5 there, a few dollars here and there that over time will sell and bring in, but maybe there's one in there that brings in a big chunk of money that makes it really worth your while. So if you're able to take a look at them, look at the bag before you buy it, and on your phone, you can pull up Google image search and take a look, just snap a quick picture of a couple of them and see, like, is this something that I might want to buy? I'm going to show you real quick where the Google image search is. So if you go to your phone, and you just type in Google, and right there, you'll see a little camera. If you click that camera, use this one right here. I threw the bag over there, so I can't do it. You click the little camera and the camera icon will pull up. You point it at the item and take a picture, and then it will search it by that picture so you can see, oh, is this an item that is up for sale somewhere for a really good profit? And that makes it really quick. If you're like, I don't know anything about these little toys, I don't either. So I just take picture of a few of them and see, like, are there any of them that are like sending off a little alarm signal saying, this is the one, buy this. Second grab bag. These are patches. Patches are another item I love selling. I didn't even bother searching on this one because these were $2.99 for this bag of these vintage patches. And the one I saw on the front was this little apple with a worm. And then the one on the back is a Holly Hobby, smile at the world. That's sweet. And I know just yesterday I sold just a little star patch. It was like an American flag star patch for $10. It had come in a big box of patches that I got at a garage sale for $5. It had a lot of Harley patches. There were 3 of those little American star patches in there. So it probably took that one patch. I mean, that one probably sold like 2 years after I bought it, but the other patches along the way, the Harley patches and some of the other things that were in their keychains, have been selling and bringing in profit. Some of the Harley patches were $20, $30 that were selling. So it didn't bother me that it took a while for that $10 patch to sell. And I know there are people that are like, I wouldn't even bother with that. I do, because it's really easy for me to take pictures of. These aren't things that, like, oh, I have to have my whole camera set up for. If I'm sitting watching TV with my kids and I have a shoebox full of patches, I can have a white t-shirt on my lap, take a picture front, back, and then the little measurements, and then move on. And it doesn't take a whole lot of time, energy, effort for stuff like that. I can do it while I'm watching TV. I can do it. One time I took a bunch of pictures of buttons while we were on a road trip because someone else was driving. So I had a white t-shirt on my lap and I was just taking pictures of buttons the whole time. Beep, 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 having a conversation, listening to an audiobook. And it didn't take any time at all for me to take care of those. And then over time, as these things sell, especially right now, like $9 sale, $10 sale, I can almost buy a carton of eggs. So I don't turn my nose up at profits. So this one, I didn't even look at the rest, but I'm just seeing automatically like some of these vintage patches I know we're going to sell for good money. Let's see what that one is. That says goat ropers need love too. Is that really what that says? Yep, goat ropers. Is that right? All right, so I've got some fun patches to go through here that are going to bring in some money, but let's take a look at some vintage patches. Why not while we're at it? And while all the patches may not be patches that sell for 20, 30, 40, $50, if there are a couple in there that do, then everything else is just extra money on top of that. Here are a few. Car patches like BMW. This one sold for $20. And then this is Ski Sunlight, sold for $24.95. Some of these, I mean, you just can't assume that, what is that? Nobody's going to want that. Yesterday, I sold a button that was for some transportation company from, I don't even know what town it was in, but it sold for like $20. I don't even know. So here's a vintage Department of Parks of New York City patch that sold for $75. First Family of Fireworks in Bellport, New York, sold for $99.95. Ski on Top of the Continental Divide. This one also sold for $99.99. And this vintage Motley Crue patch sold for over $100. So while some of these patches might be a $10 patch, there might be another one in there that's a $50 patch. It'll be fun to find out. The next thing I bought recently at my thrift store, I actually bought two of these. This is a big bunch of silverware for $6.99. They had more, but this is actually something kind of new to me. So I thought, you know what? Let me start with 2 bags and go from there. If they're silver or silver plate, they can do great, but it doesn't have to be silver or silver plate flatware. I guess is what you would call it. I would say silverware, flatware. I'm gonna actually pull one of these out because I did not follow I just realized I'm wielding a knife. I didn't follow my own advice by searching them out. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance on these because some of them looked like they might be silver or silver plate in the bag. And so I thought, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and try. This is, let's see how I did. Inisco. This one's stainless. So Inisco stainless. May not be worth anything, but I knew that this right here, I think that's a tomato server, that one right there, they are silver plate at least, if not silver. And I thought, oh, here's another one, little like demi-tasse type spoon that was possibly silver or silver plate just by eyeballing it. And there's another one. I can see, the reason I can tell is I see the tarnish on it. And so I thought, well, you know what? Let me just try and see what we've got going on. And I know that I can definitely make more than $7 on this. So just based on a precursory search of Insico, I had to get my loop, it's so tiny. I don't think I did terribly bad. We'll have to see if there's more than just this in here. But just looking at this, I'm seeing some that sold for $16. There's a 2-piece set that sold for $25. So there are a few things in there that could be worth money. So here I see International Silver Insico stainless steel iced teaspoons that sold for $22.50. So looking through these, and nice, it was nice of them, or whoever, maybe they donated them, they have them taped, so I should be able to see the same type of item together. I won't have to do a whole lot of sorting for those, but that'll be, I'm gonna pull these out and see what this one is. Is it the same brand or is it something else? It looks different. And these are marked community plate. And just a quick search, I'm not even sure if this is the right pattern, but there's a big lot that sold for about $40. So even if that ended up being $40 and I sold all of it, which is probably not what's going to happen, but even if that's what I ended up doing, I would still have made a $30 profit off of this. But I have a feeling that I'm going to make more than that off of this. And there's something that is very small, easy to store, easy to ship. And of course, jewelry. The other kind of grab bag I love to get is jewelry. Most of the time I can find something in the bags that will bring a profit. I definitely double check, especially if I can see in them and especially if they cost a lot. This one cost $8. So my rule of thumb is I need to be able to see something in the bag that will bring me a profit. And I saw this turquoise bead necklace. It's not real turquoise, but I know that things like this, people that like Southwest style jewelry, even if it's not real turquoise, I can probably sell it for at least $14.99, $17.99. Same with this yellow necklace, which I think is a vintage necklace. I'll be able to sell that. These, let me see if you can see it. These are stones, and I know there are people that like statement necklaces that are really chunky stones like this. So that's another item that I think I could probably get, depending on how long it is and the quality and everything, at least $20 off of that one. So when I saw this bag, I knew just at a glance, okay, that right there, that'll make my money back. Anything else in there, it's going to be extra profits. I'd love to hear from you. What other types of small things do you like to pick up and sell? Things that you might find in these type of grab bags or big lots that are fun to go through, easy to photograph, store, ship, and can bring in good profit. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.